Testing. 1, 2. Okay. How ridiculous is this shirt, by the way? I pulled this out of the closet today. Sorry, I was the opener. I thought maybe I'd do the Jimi Hendrix thing. It's not really working. So, like most white kids who grew up in rural northern Michigan, I took a liking to rap music at an early age. Yeah, I like rap music a lot. People, I'm talking about like the hardcore rap music too, you know. People think there's no talent in rap, you know, I don't know, but I think it takes some talent to rap. Not many genres in the musical industry can boast their ability to put the words pussy and amicable into the same sentence and have it sound good. Rap's got that going for it. I'm into like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Ice Cube, you know, the old school guys. They really touch on the like inner city part of all the big cities. Because I grew up in Petoskey, Michigan, so the closest thing we had to like a ghetto was a poorly lit Kmart parking lot. And sometimes a town drunk would stumble through it. And, okay. So I moved to Chicago, and it was really the first time that I saw like projects, and it was kind of intriguing to me. You know, it was kind of like two worlds colliding. I came, you know, this small town. I was listening to rap music. I see the projects that these guys are talking about, and it's funny because I was thinking about it like. All these people that move to Chicago, you know, they rave about the bar scenes, how fun it is, and the beach, and you know, the downtown's beautiful at night. You know, I'm like, yeah. I live up the street from Cabrini Green. And that's awesome. I mean, Candyman was filmed there. Oh yeah, the Bulls, yeah, they're fun to go. Did you know they play across the street from the Henry Horner Homes? Crazy. One day I was flipping through the channels on TV, and I caught, you know, I got on Discovery Channel, and I caught one of those disaster shows. And I mean, everybody knows about these things. It's like a big thing out there, the whole disaster show. And you know, they show some big storm tear apart a city. And the one that really stuck with me was a show about this giant tornado that's gonna hit Chicago. You know, and it was like the guy that was narrating it. He was like a masochist, like he was enjoying it. He's like, it's not a question of if, but when this giant mega killer tornado will hit. And I'm like, he's like, it could happen, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not in 5 years, but definitely in 6 years. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm like looking out my window, like, okay, there's a little bit of clouds, I think we're all right. You know, and he's going on, you know, I'm sitting there, it's weird because I think the guy knows what you're thinking when you're watching this stuff, because I'm sitting there and, you know, I'm thinking, oh, well, I don't know, it's Chicago, right, it's the 21st century, they're prepared for this kind of stuff, you know, and then the guy comes on, he's like, you know, I'm like, the buildings are good, they're gonna protect me, you know, whatever. The guy comes on, you know, and he's like, the buildings in Chicago have been engineered to withstand winds up to 300 miles an hour. But the glass hasn't. Once this vortex hits the Sears Tower, it's a deadly twister of sharded glass, killing everybody in its path. So I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, all right, listen, there's got to be a warning system for this kind of stuff, right? Like, so I can at least get in my car and drive, and it's like, wrong. There are no warning systems. In fact, the first people to get killed are the ones in their car on Lakeshore Drive trying to get out of the city. So I'm like, fuck that then. You know, the guy, he tries to end the show kind of on like an up note, but he can't. It's like he's trying so hard to do it. And he's like, you know, luckily Chicago hasn't been hit by a tornado in a major tornado in the last 4 years. But you never know what'll happen tomorrow. I'm like, damn, all right. So one of the funny parts of high school for me was science class, when they would show those like really like kitschy kind of like old 70s science videos, and it was always like it was always just some really nerdy scientist guy who would do the introduction, and it was a bad graphics and everything, but this guy was the most unenthusiastic person you would want to have like introduce your video. And like, I shit you not, this one guy sounded like this. So here's my like scientist guy kind of introducing like this video that my science teacher would play for us over and over. He'd be like, "Hello and welcome to Science World. Science is everywhere. It's beautiful. You can use it to test anything. For instance, this white powder in my hand. Chemical composition tests would say if it is the purest of China white, or perhaps just merely the excrement of 1,000 gypsy moths." Science! Yeah. We're all just like sitting in the class like, what the fuck is this? So I'm kind of a competitive person, but my competitiveness comes out like at the dumbest times, like when I'm playing video games, you know? And I don't even have to be playing another human being. It could just be me playing basketball against a computer. And I'm like sitting on my couch playing, and I'm like, you know, it's in the middle of a season, and I'm like, fuck, make the fucking shot, Arenas, god damn it. That's it, you're benched. We're having a Sunday practice, I can't take this shit anymore. And the thing that pisses me off is I'm like yelling at the computer. It's this little box that I spent, you know, like $300 on, and the thing just can determine the game for you, right? I mean, it has the refs in its pocket. I mean, it's got the refs bought off, you know? I'm like, fucking make the call, what the hell, ref? Oh, this is bullshit, I can't take this anymore. But these games are they're just getting more realistic, you know? Like Madden, you know, you can fire yourself in Madden as head coach. That's pretty surreal. I mean, like, you know, I'll be sitting there, and it's like the end of the season. I'm usually in my underwear, and it's like the end of the season, and like little box comes up, you know, and it's like, would you like to renew your 3-year contract? And I'm sitting there like contemplating. Oh shit. Oh, maybe we did make the playoffs, but we had some disciplinary problems. I don't know. We missed some of those trades. I'm gonna say no. I think at this point in my video game career, I think Atlanta sounds like a better fit for me. Let's see if we're looking. But yeah, video games, I mean, they've been around so long in our culture that we're now having like anniversaries for them. I was looking at this article, and it was like it was about the 25th anniversary for like Tetris, you know? And I kind of skimmed through it, and I caught that the creator of Tetris is from like the Ukraine. And I kind of thought, well, that's perfect. I mean, only a place like the Soviet Union would come up with a game like Tetris, you know? And I thought, well, it'd be funny to hear an interview with this guy, the creator of Tetris, you know? And he's like, you know, like, how'd you come up with this idea for, you know, one of the most sought-after games, you know, in video game history? Oh, at the time, I was a computer programmer for Khrushchev. I was working very long night, and I sat in my one-room flat, drinking vodka, listening to the Chernobyl moths banging against my window. And I stared at brick wall for many hours. I began to form geometric shape from brick on wall. It was only then that I realized if I could get this on the computer, it could be extraordinarily fun. Alright, CPS, that's all I got. Thanks.